The day I lost the person I loved the most. He was standing right in front of me. Close enough to touch. Close enough to hold. But somehow, further than he had ever been. We didn't break up because we stopped loving each other. We broke up because everyone else told us we should. And the worst part, we listened. If I could go back to that moment, I wouldn't have let him walk away. But at the time, it didn't feel like a choice. It felt like pressure. And pressure has a way of breaking even the strongest things. Before I tell you how everything fell apart, let me ask you something. If your relationship felt right, but everyone around you said it was wrong, would you fight for it? Or would you slowly let it go? Be honest. Drop it in the comments. And if you love deeply emotional stories with real-life twists and powerful endings, make sure you subscribe to Broken Vows Stories. Because this story will test everything you believe about love. My name is Amora. And I didn't expect to fall in love with Daniel. It wasn't planned. It wasn't dramatic. It was quiet. Natural. The kind of connection that doesn't force itself into your life. It settles into it. He understood me in ways I didn't have to explain. And for the first time in years, I didn't feel like I had to prove anything. I could just be. We built something simple. Late-night conversations that lasted longer than we planned. Small moments that meant more than they should. Laughter that felt effortless. There was no confusion. No games. No uncertainty. Just clarity. And maybe that's why it scared everyone else. It didn't start as interference. It started as concern. Are you sure he's stable enough? Do you really see a future with her? You're moving too fast. At first, we laughed it off. Because when you're happy, you think nothing can touch you. But then the conversations became more frequent, more direct, more intense. Family dinners turned into interrogations. Phone calls turned into warnings. Suddenly, our relationship wasn't just ours anymore. It was being evaluated, measured, judged. And slowly, something changed. Not in how we felt about each other, but in how we felt about everything else. Because when enough people question something, you start questioning it too. We started arguing. Not about us, but about everything around us. What if they're right? What if this doesn't work? What if we're forcing something? Questions that didn't exist before started living in our minds. The night we ended things, it wasn't loud. There were no raised voices. No accusations. Just silence. Heavy, unavoidable silence. And then he said something that still echoes in my mind. Maybe love isn't enough. And I let him believe that. That's the part one regret the most. Walking away didn't fix anything. It just changed the kind of pain we felt. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. And on the outside, everything looked normal. I smiled. Worked. Lived. But inside, everything felt unfinished. Like a sentence that stopped halfway. We didn't talk. Not once. No messages. No accidental calls. Just nothing. And somehow, that hurt more than anything. Because silence leaves space for questions. And questions don't always have answers. I tried to move on. I really did. But every time I met someone new, I compared. Not intentionally. Just naturally. And no one felt like him. Then something unexpected happened. The same people who pushed us apart started noticing something. I wasn't happy. Not really. And neither was he. Because word travels. Even when you don't want it to. One day, my mother said something quietly. I thought I was protecting you. And for the first time, I saw it. They didn't break us out of hate. They broke us out of fear. But the result was still the same. I didn't expect to see him again. But life has a way of bringing unfinished stories back to you. It was random. Unexpected. The kind of moment that feels like coincidence. But isn't. And when I saw him, everything stopped. We didn't speak immediately. We just looked at each other. And in that moment, everything we had tried to ignore came back. We sat down. And for the first time in months, we were honest. Not about what went wrong, but about what never left. We didn't fall out of love, he said. We just let other people speak louder than us. And that was it. The truth. Simple. Clear. Undeniable. This time, we didn't ask for approval. We didn't explain ourselves. We didn't justify anything. We chose each other. Fully. Confidently. Without hesitation. We set rules. Not for each other, but for everyone else. Because love doesn't survive in chaos. It survives in protection. And slowly, everything changed. Not overnight, but intentionally. And for the first time, our relationship felt stronger. Not because it was easy, but because it had been tested.